called Law Yahbashim Yahshai Baharakakadash. Yahbashim Yahshai Bahashim Kakadash Brakatham. This is a double honor to our apostles, to our elders who rule well. Blessed salutation to you, brothers, at that teaching and enduring truth sincerity. Another blessed salutation to the new multitude, the weak that amongst tares, and the women and children that follow the truth and sincerity. So this is a lesson I wanted to do. Very short, simple lesson, just gym as any quick hit. Okay. And it goes with to seek counsel. Okay. Seeking counsel, you know what I'm saying? And submitting yourselves. You know, I did a lesson a while ago over submission versus subjection. And, the word subject means you're subject, you're under rule. To submit is to yield. So there's a big difference between following the rules and then yielding to the rules. Okay. That means you accept the rules. So if you're under subjection, a simple example is being in your vehicle, and if the police get behind you, you put your seatbelt on. All right. Or you, even if the police not behind you, get your seatbelt on because you do not want to get a ticket. But in all actuality, you really don't care about that seatbelt. You know, you're under subjection. Okay. To be under submission is when somebody tell you, hey, the seatbelt can save your life. If you put it on, it can stop you from getting in a crash. And that's the reason why you're putting it on. Okay. That's the difference between subjection and submission. And as men of the Lord, as grown-ups, it's oftentimes a difficult thing to submit, crazy enough in these times, it's hard for women to submit, and they're the main ones that's supposed to have that trait in these times. All right, but it's not like that, unfortunately, dealing with, because we're under these curses, but going back into it, the reason of this lesson is, seeking counsel, and you always get counsel, but when you go into Sirach, and I have to read it in its entirety in order to get the meat off the bone, And so, this is a thought process that's often, before we get into that, there's a statement that I like to reiterate and iterate, period, in a fashion. I hate saying that fucking shit. Nigga wanna make that word. Disgusting. But there's a term that I had coined that when you think you're right, why would you think you're wrong? As simple as it sounds, when you really deal with the idea of it, when you think you're right, why would you think you're wrong? Right? We all have ideas. We all have things that we want to do and we set our mind force to do. But you're not right all the time. But guess what? When you was thinking about it and you came up with the idea, majority of the time you think it's the right thing to do, and that's why counsel is important. Going back to Paul and dealing with the circumcision and uncircumcision, and it's like sometimes you can't come to a conclusion. Sometimes you think you're right, but you're kind of like, this is a big deal. So I need to make sure that I'm making the right decision, So going to Proverbs 14 and 15, it says, a simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. And the word prudent is pretty much to see before, you know what I'm saying? And you pretty much looking ahead, but to make a decision like that, prudence, when you making a big decision, you would know, like, before I make this decision, I'm gonna discuss it with someone, and you always have, as the scripture said, of many counselors have but one, and you can have many in cases, but you want to have a source of not a lot, but a good source of people. And the only good source of people you really need is the men of the Lord. You understand? So let's get to the scriptures in Sirach chapter 37 and 13, it says, and let the counsel of thine own heart stand. So what is that? What is that saying? It's like, okay, you have something on your mind that's strong on your spirit that you feel like you need to do, then you go in that direction. But does that mean that you do it in that fashion? You know what I'm saying? So if the Lord had you to, go buy a car, for lack of better words, does that mean that you just, and go and buy a car and just don't seek counsel on how to do it? No. Okay? If your mind's set and say, okay, I need to get this car, the Spirit is on me to do this, you know what I'm saying? Just an example, not saying that this is a factual case, but just an example that the Lord will have you put the Spirit on you to get a car, hypothetically, and you go and do it, you know what I'm saying? Then you would seek counsel. All right? Now, does that mean, okay, you got you a godly man, right? Does that mean that as you're dealing with a godly man, he don't know about cars or buying cars? Do you seek counsel with him? Okay? Because the scriptures tell you in the same chapter that you counsel with a godly man, who knows, pretty much could judge right and wrong. You know what I'm saying? So you have to find out who you're talking to when you're talking to him. And you don't want to preach to the choir. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to find no yes men, somebody that's going to tell you what you want to hear. And no matter what you say, it's a fantastic idea, And you see that with these celebrities when they do dumb shit. And you see them doing dumb shit. It's like, whose man's is this? Ain't nobody here to talk to him about that, So let's get back to the scriptures. Verse Sirach 37:14, it says, for a man's mind is sometime want to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above an high tower. Yeah, so like your mind, you have a lot of shit in your mind, you know what I'm saying? And you kind of you need people, especially within the brotherhood, you need people to organize that shit for you, to simplify it for you, and you just need somebody that's fair, that's, in a godly man is going to be fair. He's not going to tell you because he hate women or he likes muscle cars. So we still on a car deal. He likes muscle cars, so I would get this car, and you listen to him. He's telling you based off of what his personal liking is. But a man of the Lord be like, well, what you need the car for? You know what I'm saying? What are you trying to do? Okay, who all gonna be in that joint? Okay, if you're doing this, how much you can afford? They're gonna ask these questions and concerns of you, And that's one thing about being a counselor is that you can't seek counsel, or you can't give counsel based off of what you think is right for you. You gotta actually pay attention to the person that you're talking to, as a brother, But as a person that's receiving counsel, you may had your mind set on the 2-door Camaro type of deal, and brother be like, hey man, I'm planning on getting this car, and y'all both looking at it, and he like, you sure you want that? You got kids, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what proper counsel is. You know what I'm saying? Now you may have in your mind, I put the car seat in the back, I do this, and it's like, bro, that shit ain't gonna work, man. That's the hard part of counsel. When you're giving counsel, you got to tell people like that real, and you may fucking tear a hole in their selves, man, but it's for the better good of them, not for yourself, or you're not hating on their idea. You should always want to scrutinize an idea. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't hating. You just want to scrutinize it, because scrutinizing anything makes everything better. Okay? Questioning anything makes everything better. And I'm not saying to question it in doubt. I'm saying to question it in a mindset of saying, how can I make this better? Okay? You know what I'm saying? These since we're still talking about in reference to cars, the Ford T model, the first fucking Ford, I'm pretty sure they say, how can we make this better? And the only way you can make it better is you find out what's worse about it. Or it's too slow. Or the doors ain't right. Or this and that. Now, if you're a person that don't like counsel, oh, man, don't be talking about my doors. And you complaining and arguing about, somebody, scrutinizing your idea because you're so settled on it, you're going to be pretty much putting yourself in a trap. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, you want to be able to be submissive to counsel. And as a prudent man, this is another trick bag that, Jake like to do. They like to come to you with the shit already loaded and ready. You know what I'm saying? They got the plan Bs, the plan As. I thought about that. No, bro, don't bring nothing to me that's already finished. Go just do it. You know what I'm saying? And when it fuck up, don't act like you passed it by me and you were seeking counsel. You already had it in your mind what you wanted to do. Can't give an example right now, but like, it's like they'll come and say, hey, I want to get a car. And they'll be like, bro, you can't afford that. But like, yeah, but I saved up the money. I get this. Well, come on, bro. Like, you asked for my counsel and I'm giving it to you and you're resisting it. You know what I'm saying? Now you can scrutinize counsel, but with the intentions of making it better. You know what I'm saying? You want a car, man, you can't afford a car right now. Yeah, why do you say that? Because you make this much, you're pulling that much in. You know what I'm saying? And you want something that, what kind of car you want? Get you to play part A to part B? Or you want you a really good, something that's reliable and woo. Okay, then this is a strategy you should take. Then you could progress it and create a better strategy. You know what I'm saying? You can say, okay, well, I'm going to save up. I'm going to do this. You know what I'm saying? That's the way to counsel, but not come with a fixed game plan. You just passing it by somebody so you can feel guilt-free, But outside of that, man, I had an experience today where, being prudent to using counsel, the Lord moved. The Lord moved to where I didn't know where, to go to plan A or plan B. And I presented it to the brothers. I wanted to go with plan B because that's a safer one, and my spirit was on plan B, but the when I can't say my spirit's on plan B, my spirit's on plan A, but I want to do plan B because it's a safer route, and then I took counsel and I submitted my ear. Everybody was like, hey, plan A. And once I settled on my spirit, got a phone call. Part of plan B connected to plan A. And it was just like, oh, call all y'all bashimi out shy. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing I gave thanks for is the ability to humble. He gave me the spirit to be humble enough to listen to somebody's, to submit my ear, to listen to their plan and say why, this and that. Some things I didn't agree with, but I listened to them and why they saying it. Okay. And the Lord worked from there. But let's get this last scripture. Sirach 37:16, it says, let reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action. You see? So now the scriptures tell you, the heart tell you more than what you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of shit on your mind. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of strategies. You got a lot of this and that. You thought it all out. And all you got to do is just give somebody the foundation of it, and a holy man, because once you go back up into the scripture, it says, counsel not with a thief about buying, or a buyer about selling, So therefore, you don't counsel with a woman about a man, you know what I'm saying? Or, how to, you counsel with somebody that's going to tell you straight up, the straight skinny, and sometimes you can find people that are, you can't say not in the truth, but that are not connected, just in case in point, when you're going through something and you got a mechanic, a brother, like I said, a brother may not be well-versed with cars. He'll give you counsel, but he can't give you as accurate counsel as a mechanic could about a vehicle, whether you should keep this part and flip it and rotate it and reuse it, or just get a new piece. You know what I'm saying? Now, a man of the Lord can go off the spirit, a man of the Lord can go off the spirit and pretty much, say, okay, this is what you should do, and through the spirit, the Lord gonna protect you. That is highly possible and highly probable, but it doesn't say, okay, I got the brothers, I don't have to talk to a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? That goes without saying, But yeah, man, I just wanted to share that, like, to be able to even seek counsel, you got to be submissive. You got to listen, and not listen to hear, listen to say, okay, what if my idea is wrong? Let me step outside my body and be a person that's watching a person talking to another person about an idea, and I can look and then say, okay, that's a good idea, that's a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important to being wise, to making better decisions. Because if you knew everything and you did everything right, you wouldn't make bad decisions. So let's not act like, I or anybody else has all the best ideas. Because if that was the case, I would never make a bad one. So with that being said, I'm gonna be prudent and submit my ear to counsel and actually listen. But I'm not gonna counsel with just any and everybody, because they'll tell me any and everything and have me out here doing dumb shit, right? So I'm gonna counsel with a godly man, or counsel with the man that has the purpose to my agenda. Like I said, with the mechanic type of thing, I ain't looking for a yes man. I'm looking for somebody that's a specialist in that area. Somebody telling me how to work out, and I'm gonna call. Even with brothers not work out, but if I'm gonna call somebody and work out, and I want to get buff or something, call the brother from the Chi-Town, man, or anybody that's working out. If I'm calling about fighting, I'm gonna call brothers that are into fighting. So you can call a specialist about something, and you many counselors have one, but they ain't saying just have one person. You just have a person that to call when you need some answers in a particular subject. So yeah, with hopefully that this is edifying. And with that being said, I want to say call law to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Bahava Kokadash Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Bashim Kokadash Brakatham. Shalom.